Okay, starting town, it will enter stepped, but we can define this as a 3/3. We can play a Floodpits Drowner, tap. Oh, come on, let's finish the game. Okay, one more game, one more victory. Hello you and welcome back to another MTG Arena gameplay here on MTG Barbieri. I'm Bruno Barbieri and today I'm bringing to you a Simic Midrange. But before I explain this deck to you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell button to be notified every time I post a new content here, and also follow me on Instagram at MTG_Barbieri, because there you will find a totally different type of content also related to the Magic the Gathering game. And don't forget that this deck list here is on my Ether Hub. You can find the link in the description below. Just click in the link, go to my website, copy the deck list from there, and import it directly to your MTG Arena. So let's talk about this Simic Midrange. So it's a Simic because it's a blue and green deck, and we have a lot of small creatures here, with the exception of Ouroboroid and Enduring Curiosity. The other cards are between 1 and 3 drops, are quickly creatures that you can quickly play on the beginning of the game. We have some cards here that works as a spot removal. We have Bounce Off that just return the target creature or vehicle to the owner's hand. And we can use this also to save our creatures. If some of our creatures are going to be destroyed, for example, we can use it to bring it back to our hands. Also have Bushwhack that we can make 2 creatures fight, or we can search in our library for a basic land card. And also we have the Royal Treatment that we use to protect our creatures, because it gives X-Proof until end of turn, and also it creates a Royal Roll token that gives +1/+1, and it gives Ward 1 to the creature that is target of this instant here. Also we have the Faebloom Trick, that's an instant spell that we can create 2 1/1 blue fairy creatures tokens with flying, and when we do, we tap a target creature an opponent controls. So it's a way that you have to create 2 1/1 flying creatures and tap some creatures that can be used to block or are going to attack us on the turn of our opponents. And also we have here a lot of creatures. We have Spyglass Siren that has flying, and it creates a map token when it enters in the game. We have Llanowar Elves that works as a mana source. We have Puppet Recruit that you can pay 2 colorless mana to use their offspring mechanic, and it has Trample. And whenever a creature you control becomes the target of spell or ability no opponent controls, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than that creature. So basically, if you have this on the battlefield, every time a creature that you control is a target of some spell or ability, you can put a +1/+1 counter on any other creature. Also, we have the Floodpits Drowner that it has flash, so you can use it at the end of the turn of your opponent, for example. It's a 2/1, it has Vigilance, and when this creature enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. So it will have, you will tap a creature that belongs to your opponent, and also you can put a stun counter on it, so it will not untap on the next untap phase. And also you can tap this creature, pay a blue mana and a 1 colorless mana, and then you will shuffle this creature and target creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's libraries. So it's a way that you have to remove the creature from your opponent from the battlefield. We have the Xenomorph Imago. It has flying, it's a 1/3 creature, and it has the landfall ability. Basically, when you play a land, you can choose a creature to have a 3/3 as basic stats for them. They will have base power and toughness 3/3. But if you have 6 or more lands, the base power and base toughness will be 6/6. So you can get, for example, your Spyglass Siren, and if you have more than 6 or more lands, when you play the sixth land or the land number 7, you can transform this creature in a 6/6 until end of the turn, for example. Also, we have the Surrak Elusive Hunter. This spell can't be countered. It has Trample. It's a 4/3. And whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you draw a card. And we have here the Enduring Curiosity. that it has flash. It's a 4/3, so you can play this on your opponent's turn. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. When Enduring Curiosity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. So if someone destroys this, you can bring it back as an enchantment, and every time you cause damage with some of your creatures, you will draw a card. And we have, of course, Ouroboroid that will heavily increase the base stats of power and toughness of our small creatures, because every turn at the beginning of combat, on your turn before the combat phase, you will put X+1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the creature's power. So basically, with this creature here on the battlefield, you will keep increasing the power and toughness that your creatures have. And then if you have a flying creature, it will be a little more difficult to block, so sometimes it can be the difference between winning or losing the game. So that's the deck here. Let's see how all this thing works in practice. See you in the gameplay. Okay, we have 3 lands here, we have a Llanowar Elves, but we don't have a big creature. But, okay, let's play a Llanowar Elves. And now we have a Spyglass Siren, Leonin Vanguard. Yeah, let's play a Spyglass Siren. And let's try to give a +1/+1 counter to Spyglass. Yeah, great. No attacks. Sheltered by Ghost. Okay. We can protect with the Royal Treatment. Okay, Royal Treatment. You lost your Sheltered by Ghost. Great. Great day. Okay, now we can play 2 Puppet Recruit. And we can attack with the Bushwhack Siren. Great. Now if they try to cast some spell or use some mechanic on my creatures, I can give 2 +1/+1 counters. Sheltered by Ghost, okay. Let's put here. And the other one here as well. They can't attack because they only have 1 toughness. So I believe that the best approach here could be doing what? Let's make them fight. My Llanowar Elves against your Leonin Vanguard. Oh, it has 2. Yeah, but I can pay, no problem. Great. Let's attack. Great. Linden. We can leave this untapped and we can attack again. Great. And turn we can bounce it back to their hand. Another Ajani. Let's bounce back. Let's put it back to their hand. Let's attack with the Spyglass Siren. Okay, great. And we can play the Floodpits Drowner at the end of their turn. They will receive 1 life back. Oh, too bad. But probably I will receive a +1/+1 counter. What can I do? Yeah, let's give both counters here. 4/3, okay. And now we can just tap their creature here. Okay, we can attack and attack. Great. And now we have a Soulstone Sanctuary that we can transform in a creature. They attack, it can... Okay, they are not attacking. Great. Let's create here our creature. Oh, come on, man. Let's finish the game. One more game, one more victory. Okay. We have a forest here that we can play for Llanowar Elves. Floodpits Drowner. Okay, I believe that we should begin with a starting town. Just because if you get another one, it's gonna be fine to have almost all starting town entering untapped. Collector's Vault, okay, maybe this is a... I don't know, maybe a reanimator deck. They will keep discarding stuff. Let's attack. And then we can play a Floodpits Drowner at the end of their turn. Okay, they are discarding some stuff. We can play the Floodpits Drowner. I hope that's not a big creature. Yeah, okay, that's just a swamp. No problem. We can... Let's see, we can play this land here. On Ouroboroid. Bitter Triumph. Okay. Let's attack. They are down to 14. We need to play the Restless Vinestalk, so we can use it as a creature. They have a lot of mana. Strategic Betrayal, okay. Let's play this land here. We can bounce this off. And let's attack. Three more damage to the face. Okay, I don't think that they will be so much delayed because I just bounce it back to their hands. But at least I could cause 3 more damage. Oh, Kona. Kona is a problem. Kona is a problem. Let's pay to life here. We can bounce it back. Actually, we can... Yeah, let's return it to their hand. And we can use the Restless Vine. Oh, I don't have enough mana. Too bad. We need 5 mana. My mistake. Okay, let's attack again. Too bad, but anyway, it's part of the game. Smuggler's Surprise. Okay, they have a big creature on their hands. Yeah. We have Enduring Curiosity. Enter Stepped. Okay, we are going to receive some damage, but I will play the Enduring Curiosity in case they attack with Conan. Okay. Another land. Okay, no problem. Okay, pass. Enduring Curiosity. Let's block here. Okay, 8 to 7. Let's pay to life forever. Let's attack. Target up to one. Whenever this land attacks, up to one other target creature has base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. Okay, let's do this here. Let's see what we get. Another forest. And we can Bushwhack here to destroy this creature. That's what we can do. Great. Now let's hope that they don't have a spot removal or something like this. Frenzied Baloth. It's a 3/2. And a Llanowar Elves. Okay. What we can do? Play this forest here. We can play Floodpits Drowner. Let's tap their Llanowar Elves. And we can attack again. Oh, come on, man. Let's finish the game. One more game, one more victory. Okay, let's keep 7. We can begin with... let's pay to life with a Spyglass Siren. Then we can go for a forest. And we can use the map on the Spyglass Siren. And we are going to have 1 mana open here in case we need to protect the creature. Great. We can bounce it back some creature that they may cast. Let's see if they are getting some flying creature or some creature that can block my Spyglass Siren. What we... no, let's give the royal treatment. So now it's gonna be a 3/3. Great. Now we can play a Soulstone Sanctuary, and we can cast with Offspring. Great. Now if they try to target one of my creatures, I can apply 2+1/+1 counters. Perfect. And they will have to pay a ward 1 cost here. Okay, what we can do? We can play this land here. Tap it, because I don't want to get damage. And we can attack with the Spyglass Siren. Great. And then we can play a Faebloom Trick. Faebloom Trick. Demonic Pact. Okay. They will have to sacrifice one creature. Oh no, I forgot. I made a mistake. I thought that this card here is the one that creates 3/2/1 bad tokens. It's not the case. So we can play the Faebloom Trick course. We can play Enduring Curiosity and draw some cards that's exactly what we need. Okay, and we are going to draw 5 cards. Yeah, I believe that now they have some problems. We can play this land here. So we can play Bounce Off or Bushwhack. We have plenty of answers here. I believe that the only answer that they can give is or quit or global removal. That's it. One more game, one more victory. Okay. We have Floodpits Drowner and Genimorph Imago. And we have the lands that we need. Okay, we have a Siren as well that we can play on the turn 1. And then we can play a Floodpits Drowner in case they cast some creature, which they didn't. So let's attack first. Okay, and let's play the Genimorph Imago. Vivi or Nitie. Okay, now that's a problem. We have to play Forest now. Let's define this creature here, 3/3. We can apply a map here. Okay, another Genimorph Imago. I don't think that's gonna help. Okay, done. We can bounce it off. And we can attack. Let's see for how much time we can stall the game. They will have to play it again. Okay, Vivi or Nitie. What we can do? Now let's put here. We need to play an Ouroboroid because we need to start dealing even more damage. Okay. And then we have Floodpits Drowners in case we need to tap some of their creatures that they may use as a blocker. And if they have a lot of instant spells, I believe that I will be in deep trouble. Stock up. Okay, they used 3 mana. Okay. They used. Now they just have 1 mana left, but they can get 2 mana from the Vivi or Nitie. He's starting town with Understapped, but we can define this as a 3/3. We can play a Floodpits Drowner, tap. Oh, come on, let's finish the game. Okay, one more game, one more victory. We have the Puppet Recruit. Yeah, I believe that we should play this as soon as possible. But we can play this on turn 2, this on turn 3, and Ouroboroid on turn 4. Okay, this is Understapped. Now we can pay 2 life here. And we can play a Floodpits Drowner at the end of their turn. Yeah, that's what we can do, and hope that we find another land. Chief Lockhart, okay. Let's play the Floodpits Drowner and tap their Tifa. See, now that's a problem. That's a real big problem. Let's play Morph Imago. We don't have a land, man. That's insane. Okay, let's attack. And we need to find a land. If I get a land, I can play a Bushwhack. I can play the land. One of the creatures will become a 3/3, and then we can Bushwhack the Tifa. And we didn't find yet. Let's find the land that we need. Let's get a forest. Let's play the forest here. Let's define that's a 3/3. Let's play a Bushwhack and force them to fight. And probably they have something to protect their creature. Yeah, and I lost my... Oh, I didn't lost because they didn't fight, but at least they spent one pump spell. Okay, let's play a Pop Patch Recruit. So if they try to destroy one of my creatures, I can give a +1/+1 counter. Great. Actually, I think that they should have done this on their turn, not on mine. And actually, I also think that they don't have a spot removal in this deck. So the Pop Patch Recruit will not be so great. Okay, let's take the 4 damage. Okay, 5/4. Yeah, I believe that we can destroy their creature. We are going to lose both, but whatever. Now we can play the Surrak, but we still don't have enough mana. Let's attack. Come on, man, I need a mana. They already have 4 lands, I just have 3. Now with Llanowar Elves, they have 5 mana sources. What we can do? We can use the Faebloom Trick on their creature when they attack. On the next turn, probably. And I don't have mana. It's amazing. Let's attack with all. Great. They are down to 8. Now we can use the Faebloom Trick to hold one of their creatures. Probably the Bristly Bill. Okay, let's tap this creature here. Yeah, great. That's it. One more game, one more victory. And that's the deck, folks. Got any questions about the build or how it plays? Drop a comment, I will be glad to help you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell, and follow me on Instagram for extra content. Catch you in the next one.